This morning's Newsmax crime report. Recently, we brought you the story of a man who stabbed a 6-year-old boy to death, then served just 7 years in a Kentucky state prison.
Yeah, after 7 years, he was released, but only to be arrested soon after for failing to register as a convicted felon. Newsmax crime correspondent Jason Mattera joins us with an update to this infuriating case. Jason?
Hey, good morning, Mark and Charlotte. So when Florida officials say that that crime isn't tolerated in the state, it's not hot air. They mean it.
The state of Florida is unique when it comes to criminal justice. We stand a cut above, not only in our law enforcement on the ground, but also when it comes to the judicial part of ensuring people are held accountable.
That's Sheriff Billy Woods of Marion County, flanked by the Florida Attorney General and local prosecutors, pointing out that unlike the chaos in blue states, where cops and politicians are constantly at odds over locking up criminals, that kind of tension doesn't exist in Florida, and the recent extradition of Ronald DeSantis is their proof. Deputies arrested him on October 9th, just days after his release from a Kentucky prison, for failing to register as a convicted felon as required by law. Sheriff Woods says his office knew DeSantis was in town because Logan Tipton's father told Florida officials that he wanted to avenge his son's death.
He decided to give us a call to make us aware of the father, the victim's father, that potentially would be going after DeSantis because he had moved here in Marion County. Now, I don't necessarily have an issue with that because as a father myself, do you really blame the man?
It was at that point that DeSantis was put under watch, especially after authorities learned that the violent felon who stabbed 6-year-old Logan to death in 2015 had chosen to live right next to a school. You can see it circled. The sheriff was having none of it.
We will hunt you down and ensure you're put right back where you should be, because the truth is this individual should not see the light of day.
And Mark, Charla, DeSantis may not see the light of day after violating the terms of his early release. He now has Kentucky's problem. He was shipped off on Tuesday to face the parole board. But beyond the fate of DeSantis, this press event was also to send a clear message to criminals, would-be criminals, and that is Florida is not LA, Florida is not Chicago, Florida is not Portland. There is a working relationship between law enforcement and elected leaders. They're on the same page, and that is you lock up the bad guys.
7 years, that's all he had to serve. In my mind, it's either life in prison or the death penalty if you are convicted of aggravated murder. So this is just mind-boggling that he got to walk after 7 years.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Jason.